Hello everyone and welcome back. My name is Shannon, I'm the Wisdom Wench, and I think it's about time I do a studying update for everyone. It's about 1 month into studying herbal medicine with my new school, so we're going to go over how it's been going so far, but also how I got back into the flow of studying. I definitely find that as an adult coming back to education, we have to be way more self-motivated to actually do the work. So this is also a bit of a guide on how to keep yourself motivated when you are studying and get in the rhythm and the flow of studying. So get comfy, get cozy. I've got big cute autumnal blanket and peppermint tea, some scented candles, just to get nice and comfy and cozy. And I'm going to go over how studying has been going so far. I thought it'd be helpful if I do a quick little recap of the studying herbal medicine journey so far. I started studying herbal medicine on my own years ago by looking up little things here and there and making the odd teas and things. But when I decided I wanted to take a bit more of a formal education in herbalism, I did the foundation course with Hartwood, which I made a whole video about, and you can go check that out. And then I moved on to Hartwood's professional course. I did almost a year with the Hartwood professional course, but in the end, I found that their teaching style and my learning style didn't quite gel. And I also needed something that had in-person elements. Whereas Hartwood's entirely online, I needed something that was at the very least hybrid. So I switched to the plant medicine school. I'm about a month into the plant medicine school now, and I have loved every second of it, but we will get back to that in just a moment. I thought I would tell you a bit about how I get into the rhythm of studying again, and some things that you might find useful too. I found as going back into education as an adult, you have to be really self-motivated with your learning, and that isn't always the easiest. So in the 2 to 3 month break I had between Hartwood and the plant medicine school, I made sure to do a few things that really helped me get a head start and keep myself motivated, and put systems in place that meant that when I got demotivated, it was a little bit easier to carry on. I haven't experienced the demotivated yet, so we are holding on to that. The first thing I did was make sure I went and did herbal specific outings. So I booked a trip to Kew Gardens and I went around there for the whole day and looked at all of their medicinal plants, went in all of their greenhouses. I do genuinely love going to Kew Gardens. Here is a little bit from that. Kew Gardens is that I can see plants from all over the world, and I really like walking around and being able to see what plants I'm feeling a little more connected to. And that helps me when I'm studying, and seeing the different stages in which the plants grow, when I then go to study the botany of it, it makes a little more sense. So it was a really great outing, a great day trip to do herbal specific days, or herbal specific activities to make studying a bit more fun and kind of remember why I'm doing it. Another thing I do each year, and this really does help me with motivation, is I make a little vision board of what the end goal is for studying, and it really helps keep me motivated. So I've got this vision board that I made. I have images of the feeling that I want for the end goal when I finish studying and I'm setting up on my own, and I've created that in the front of my planner so that whenever I'm going through and looking at my dates, it's right there in front of me, and it always comes around with me everywhere, which is really nice. Then it was about getting the diary sorted. I've done my day trips. I've done the cute creative things. Now it's really time to get stuck in with the technical aspects of studying. So as soon as I had my handbook for the year and I knew what all of my classes were going to be, when all my seminars are, when my in-person intensives were, out came the planner, and I was going through putting all of my dates in, making sure that everything that I had for studying was already in the diary, highlighted, whatever it needed to be, so that I could always prioritize that. Getting my diary organized and knowing when I had to be where, what was expected of me at different points, really helps me feel like I'm on top of things, and I'm not scrambling to find when my next seminar date is. I can just check in my planner because I know I've written them out for the whole year. It's a very helpful thing to get your planner and your diaries organised from the get-go, from day dot. Have all your dates in, and you can work backwards from then, because that's how I do, that's how I plan. I have the seminar date and then I will work backwards with what I need to know from there, and I find that so much easier. Then it's time to get the Notion sorted. I love Notion. I use it for everything. When I study, I need to have what I call a separate brain. Otherwise, my brain's going to go over absolutely everything. So I'll try and sit at my desk ready to do some studying, and I'm thinking about my to-do list and my laundry, and I'm thinking about what I need to make for dinner, and I need to make a set out brain. And that's what I do with my Notion. So I'm going to give you a really quick tour of the Notion that I've set up for studying. So we can have a quick look at the Notion that I have set up for studying. I've noticed if I haven't created an outline of what I'm doing and create visual kind of like signposts to tell me what I'm doing, I will just flitter all over the place. And I've titled it my study brain, and that's because I use Notion for a lot of things. So I've got my like work and YouTube brain kind of separate. I've got my large scale projects brain kind of separate as well, because normally I sit down with the intention of doing just one thing. So let's have a look at my Notion. So when you come straight in, I have a nice big picture of a dandelion here. I love dandelion, as you probably all know by now. I keep right at the top little drop downs of the most important information that I need, including like my term dates, my contact info for the school, accommodation for when I have to go for my in-persons, payment dates. Right underneath I've got a section, and these are the notes on plants. These are things that I access from like my phone or my tablet, somewhere separate. That's why they're right near the top for me. So Notion, if you don't know, is an app, and you can access it from multiple different places. So I build it on the desktop, but then I can access it from my phone if I'm on the go, and I can have a look at my notes. So for example, if we go into plant profile, these are the large scale plant profiles or monographs that I create for my kind of end of year thing. And these are the ones I've picked so far. I'm getting started on making these, like gathering bits of information here and there. I've got an actions table that I'm currently building out. It's just built. I haven't done much on it at the moment, but I've got like the common name, scientific name, and I'm working on this, and I think I'm gonna start changing up some of the headings because I don't think I'm quite happy with it. And then my core texts here. So each one of these is a page for one of our core texts that we need to do for the course. And inside that, I have just overall notes that I've made. And again, these are things that I can access from everywhere. In the middle, this is what I need to do for each workshop. So for workshop 1, I did most of this stuff. But now we're going to put in the stuff for workshop 2 because workshop 2 has been released. So this is what I do. We go change 1 to 2. Everything here in orange is things that I have to do for every single one of the workshops anyway. I didn't finish At Home with Herbs, so that's going to get pulled right to the top. But I did finish the workshop audio and video, and what I've got right underneath is my learning tracker, and this is how I know what I need to do and where. So I've got to do, for this one, Conversations with Plants, Volume 1, Chapter 7 is part of my reading. So we're just gonna, so we're just gonna copy this from here, and we're gonna put that up. I can untick Conversations with Plants. That was one of my readings. And now I've got the second one in. Next core reading, the Essential Oils Manual. That goes in there. So we're going to change that and add to my plant table is something I'm still working on, and it's an exercise that I have to do. And then my plant ID, my plant growing, that's still something that I need to do. Nourishing the Soul, Chapter 2. There's another one, so we're going to copy that. And because I've already set up a text box list, I can just press enter and it's the next text box. Nourishing the Soul, Chapter 2. Watch the videos and audio. I've started it, but it's not done. And add plants to the action table. So that's now me completely set up with my everything that I need to do for the second workshop. So I've created this in such a way that with each workshop, I can see what I have done, what I haven't done, and I can easily switch things in and out with very little stress. So it took a little bit of time to make this, but it's done in such a way that makes sense to my brain. That means I don't feel overwhelmed. I feel like it's all in one place and it's really organized. And I don't feel stressed about it, which is really nice. And I can just see what's like on the horizon as well. I don't need to search. I've got it all here from the get-go. And then I've got a calendar at the bottom that I didn't fill out for November. I've done it all in my diary, but I haven't done it in this just yet. And then on the other side, I've got anatomy and physiology, which we're doing little bits about. I've separated it by body system because that makes more sense in my head. And that's what I've got so far. This is something that I'm always building out, but I've found that it's helped me not feel stressed and overwhelmed, and it's helped me keep all of my notes in one place because I tend to handwrite notes, and I still do, but this way I can transcribe, it's in one place, and I can access it from anywhere, which is really nice, which is really helpful. So yeah, that's my Notion. All of this I did before the term started. I wanted to start good. I wanted to start on top of things, and I wanted to feel that as things got going, I know what I was doing and where. So then the term got started in earnest. First of all, the switch from schools was incredibly easy, incredibly straightforward to do. It didn't cause me any stress. Everyone that I spoke to was really kind and really helpful, and it was a very smooth transition. When was it? I think it was in September, I had my orientation. So that was a Zoom with all of the tutors from all of the schools, which was really nice, and then all of the first years. It was lovely, and I walked out of that orientation not only feeling really excited to get going, but I felt so relieved. The main thing about the plant medicine school and why I chose them is that they don't do exams. The way they put it is that there's no red pen. They want to make you a herbalist in a way that works for you, and they're very flexible with how they do it. You have a tutor and you have a tutor log, and that's how they see where your process is going, where your progress is going, and where maybe you need some help. But their goal really is to make solid herbalists, not see whether or not you can pass an exam. It's very aligned with me and the way I work. They also said in their orientation about, from the get-go, mentioning how people have trauma from schooling and how this way of learning might take some getting used to, and I definitely felt that. But I felt very heard. Even though I said nothing in this meeting, I felt heard. It's like they'd been in my head and had every fear that I had, they were just going, no, it's okay. And it was really nice to hear the heads of all of the schools talking, because even though I'm at one of their 4 campuses, you feel like you've got to meet all of the others, which is really nice. So I came out of that just so excited, just so jazzed. I think it was about 2 weeks after our orientation, our first workshop dropped. And the way this one is structured is you get access to a workshop I haven't got my planner on me, I think it's about every 4 weeks. And the workshops all build on each other. Through my first workshop, it's really kind of getting to know the school. It felt very like I was getting to understand the learning style and what I would be doing. It was kind of about, I guess, finding your feet. And I found that very comforting. I wasn't being thrown in at the deep end. It was, I'm getting used to the systems, I'm getting used to what I'm going to be needing to do, and working through kind of like the task list, just one by one, pretty chill, which I really enjoyed doing. I was really, really excited for. I started devouring the reading. I read so much. I overdid it. I started reading into workshop 2's stuff, because we're given the outline for all of the workshops, like from day dot. So I know from now until I think the end of year 1, maybe even into year 2, what's going to be asked of me of every single workshop. There's no ambiguity, there's no wondering. And that's really nice, because I started devouring all the reading from week 1 for workshop 1, and then I've read well into workshop 2 already. And I'm loving my reading, and I love what I do. And that joy and that spark has come back, and I feel so motivated and so excited, and it feels great. And I think it was about 2 weeks after that, we had our first in-person medicine making intensive, which involved us going to the campus. And for me, it's on, I'm in Kent, it's in Exmoor. That was going across the map. That was a 6-hour drive. It's a 6-hour drive. That was a long day. But I got down there the night before, which I recommend if you are studying at the plant medicine school and you don't live anywhere near whatever campus you're studying at. Go down the night before so that you can be fresh for the day that the intensive starts. We were there for 3 days, and it was so nice to spend long days. I think they were 8-hour days, 6-8-hour days, with all of the people, all of whom are learning with you. We learned how to make so many medicines. They demystified creams for me. That's something that I've struggled with, and I've really I've kind of been really afraid of. And then watching Jane, our tutor, make it just like that. And the key of not overthinking it, I think I overthink it, and I've read all of these books, and this is part of the schooling traumas. I've read all of these books and all these details to the point where I'm like, I read myself into not understanding. Whereas then just watching her make it, and it took minutes. Wow. It amazed me. I loved it. I loved all of it. We were out for walks in the garden, and I need to get back on my gardening diaries videos because I am now super inspired to completely change up the plan for my garden and work all over and work in it, and it's going to be amazing. I was so happy and so joyful after my intensive, and it was such a stark contrast to any form of education I've had in my entire life, from the baby schooling all the way through to universities and beyond. I've never had an education that feels so much like it fits in with the way my brain works. After really working through my neurodiversity, and I'm working with a therapist for it and learning as many new skills as possible, having a school that I click into like a puzzle piece has been a game changer, because I've never felt that. I've never felt that I can just do the thing, because I couldn't do the thing. And now it feels like the thing that I need to do is however I need to learn it. And it's a breath of fresh air for me. It's something that feels very right. And having that in-person connection has made all of the difference. I noticed that when I was with Heartwood, I felt so lonely. And while yes, we had like a group chat and stuff, it's different to when you've met the people in person and you've all been hands-on making medicine together. You know the sound of their voice, you know their mannerisms. Then when you're talking all through like the in-between, you feel more like you're talking to them than talking to a phone. And it feels so nice. I think I had workshop 2 released, all of the videos and things released. I had all the videos and things released this week. And again, I'm diving straight in and I don't feel like I'm falling behind at all, which is really nice because, and I think the key is, I don't feel like there is a behind. I don't feel like there is a behind to fall to. Everyone's just getting there their own way. And that level of freedom around it is beautiful to me. And I definitely feel like I am in the right school and I'm in the right place for me. If you are wondering about all the different schools and finding the best place that is for you, I did create a course guide. It's right here. Go take a look at that. I've got so much on it. So much. I've gone through loads of different schools and there are more schools than I have put on that list as well. So make sure you find the one that is right for you. Let me know if you're studying, what you're doing, how it's going. If you're looking at joining a school, what are you doing? Basically keep me updated. I really love on my previous kind of studying catch-up videos like these when I've had all of your comments about I'm doing this and this is where I am and this is how I'm feeling. I love that. I love that. So give me more of that. Keep the conversation going. Please like, comment and subscribe. I am trying to do more videos. I've got a nice little backlog that I'm working on and I will see you in the next one. Have a lovely rest of your day or evening, whenever you're watching this, and I will see you soon. Bye guys. It looks really jarring. I feel like this is really jarring, but I didn't pick my outfit wisely enough. Looks like I've got a giant fly on my boob. Hello everyone. Whoop. So for anyone that's new here, following the studying journey. Yeah?
Hi, I'm calling you.
Oh, you were calling me?
Yeah, could you just help me fix up the phone?
Yeah.
Yeah, I see.
I'm recording.
Hi.
I've only just started. I got everything set up.
Hi, internet people.
I think we're going to have to restart this video. Thank you. This entire, like, I only just started, so this is going to go as like attempt 1. Isn't he cute? Look at him. He got me flowers. They're so pretty. They smell so nice. I've been treated. This is great. The sun has gone down and I'm really bright now, and I'm hoping this isn't too jarring of a transition from like evenly lit to ring light. Look how, whoa, pale. This week, this week.